Hello lovely people, it's Cara here and I am so mad. Welcome back to my channel. Absolutely lovely to have you here. I think a notification's just gone off my phone, which I haven't put onto silent, so you've probably got some background noise there. Sorry about that. Great way to start a video, Cara. So welcome back to my channel. I love having you here. My channel, as you know, is all about me and my sewing life and my enthusiasm, utter delight at creating things from scratch on a very regular basis. So I think this is the third or fourth, maybe fourth week in a row I've sort of done a bit of in my sewing room this week. Thank you for the lovely suggestions, by the way. I know I said that a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, so I think I had Sewing Room Antics, I really like that one, and then we've got Sewing Room Weekly and things like that. So yes, I'm not sure which way direction I'll take it in, and I also get nervous that if I do suddenly, you know, evolve into one thing, then maybe you guys will get bored. Then I don't want that. So I'm inside today. I'm in my I'm in my summer house, and one of you lovely ladies, hello, asked me what a summer house was, because I appreciate in other parts of the world not everybody uses the same terminology. So basically this is the most expensive shed you'll ever have in your garden. It's basically a room in my garden. It's about it's 3 meters by 2 meters, so it's quite a small space. It literally has this lovely chair here, the grey sofa sitting there, and a table in the middle. It's got a telly on the wall just here, and that's it. There's a lamp, obviously, and yeah, I'm sure you've got something similar all the way around the world, but that's what we call them here. It's the summer house, and it's perfect for days like today. So it's actually quite warm in here today, but it is it's a typical English summer day now. It's still quite warm, and it's very warm, but it's very windy and it's overcast today. So I've got the door shut. So no intrusions from seagulls today, or they're still there, but they're not quite as loud. So enough waffle. Not in Me Made today. It happens from time to time. And the reason I'm videoing in Not a Me Made is because I wanted to share with you that I do still have some items in my wardrobe that are not made by me. I also am an absolute sucker for shopping. I don't buy very many things. I really don't buy many things, but I absolutely can fall for mint velvet. I can fall for Bowden. I can fall for this wonderful new shop I've discovered in Hove, a place called Velvet, and that sells a brand called Only, which again is quite Bowden and mint velvet-esque. And I do get an awful kind of going on when I'm in such a beautiful stylish shop as that is Velvet in Hove. It's just beautifully curated. It's not hugely expensive, about up to £40 to £60 ish for things, which I know is more expensive than some, less than others, but they're super stylish, beautiful designs, amazing fabrics. I'm like, why can't you buy this fabric at a fabric shop? Why not? Where does it go? And it never appears on dead stock and things like that. And the designs and the patterns, I work with some beautiful pattern designers, but you know, you go into a shop and you see things, you think, oh, a lot of the time actually, and I went to this shop very recently and I didn't buy a single thing. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. Because all around me I could see Tilly and the Buttons, named clothing, I could see Sussex seamstress, I could see all of the designers I use, Viki Sews in particular, for example, all around me, but I couldn't think of where I would get the fabric from. So it is a Me Made, it's not a Me Made dress. I bought this at a market last year, and it's one of those massive trapeze dresses. I haven't actually got a picture of me on it, I don't think. It's a huge amount of, actually it is black muslin, so it's very sheer, so you can see me through that. But it's a double layered, massive trapeze, very simple trapeze style dress, with this overlay of a jumper thing, and this is sort of like a linen cotton, a linen sort of esque fabric, a lovely scoop. You can see there it's massive. Actually, it's very similar. Alex Judge Sews just sewed a dress, and I haven't had a chance to watch the video. I think it was something to do with a wedding outfit that she wore, a wedding guest outfit, and that was a trapeze dress. And this is basically that. And I bought this at one of those markets that appears on the seafront in Eastbourne a good 2 or 3 years ago now. I bought it because although I paid maybe 30 to 40 quid for it, the volume of fabric in this is massive. And I just really like this overlay style. And actually I think I bought it at the time to maybe replicate it. But you might have noticed that I have made so many clothes since then that just getting round to wearing everything in my wardrobe has in fact taken 3 years. It must have done, easily. And you know what, I wore it because I tell you all the time that I wear everything in my wardrobe, and it is true. If I don't wear it, I mend it, like I did with the Safiya dungarees the other day. And if I really, really don't wear it, then I do donate it, or I give it to somebody, or something similar to that, or repurpose it in some way. And I went out this morning. I'm going to tell you about my weekend. I am going to tell you about my weekend in a minute, because I've had the most special weekend. And today's part of that was going to a beautiful house just down the road from me. It's called Farley's Farmhouse, and it is the home of Lee Miller and Peter someone, I think. I've forgotten their name. I only just left there, but I will put it on here. And basically she was a beautiful model and a photographer, and he is a surrealist painter and art curator, born in sort of 1900s, and had the most phenomenal career through the 1940s to 70s, really. Just amazing people. And they live maybe they used to live 10 minutes from my house. So I was going to this place with my 2 best friends, and I wanted to reach for a me-made outfit. In fact, I wanted to reach for the 2-piece set that I wore last week, the cream Joni set. Thank you for your lovely feedback on that. And I thought, nope, you for some reason were talking about this dress this week, or this outfit this week, and you need to wear that. And that's what I did. In fact, I painted my nails, look. blue sort of teal nails. They go really well with this. My friend was very kindly mentioned that. Because I do want to share with you, it's a very long waffly bit here, sorry about that, but I wanted to share with you that even with the amount of clothes I make, I still have that juxtaposition of, shall I buy something, shall I not buy something? And I'm definitely on the case of I don't buy anything. But I'm going to Birmingham in a few weeks' time, and to transport my daughter predominantly to go and see a friend. But I'm going to the rag market, and I can't remember why I can't even remember why I'm mentioning that now. It's gone out of my head completely. No, I have no idea why I'm talking about. Let's move on from that a second. Sorry about that, that's a bit weird, wasn't it? I've had the most amazing weekend, and in my last film, I think I remember talking to you about the red satin fabric. I'll put a picture here of the fabric, and I said I was going to be making another pair of Safiya trousers. That came to fruition. I also made the cowl neck top. It's actually a dress from Sew Over It. And I actually made an outfit. I'm going to move to one side so it's easier for me to edit, to put the pictures in here. Now I am now absolutely sitting on the edge of this seat. But yeah, I made a lovely outfit in the end. I'll pop it here. Do you know what, actually I'm going to go and get it because it's on my washing line just out there, because you need to know that this is how things go sometimes. I'll be back in just a second. Genuinely, my husband has just laughed at me and said, what is selective washing selection, is it? I think he thought I was taking the washing off the line, but no. This is right in the middle of my washing line, and I've got like pebbles underneath it, so I'm like, ooh, up, as if I'm walking across the beach. So, this is the fabric. This is the fabric, and these are the trousers. So I think that's as far as I got last time to show you, because I just needed to finish the waistband. Got the pocket sticking out there. And then I thought, because it's such a lovely drapey silky fabric, make a cowl neck top, which I have. And I will put a picture in because you won't be able to see this at all. Ta-da! And I just knew, because it was, you know, like the Sicily slip dress and things like that, I knew satin would be really sweet in terms of for this satin. I had forgotten completely that the cowl neck pattern is for jerseys. So what happens when you make a jersey pattern out of a non-stretch fabric? Let me think. Oh yeah, it doesn't fit. Because those patterns have ease factored in, or negative ease factored in, so that your fabric is doing some of the work, la la la. When did I remember this? When I put it on and it went across the chest. I'm like, oh, that's no good. Try a different bra. Put it back on. I'm like, oh no, what am I going to do now? And it was a remnant, remnant, because this was part of the Minerva 5 meters X Designer Remnants Pack mystery bundle. So I didn't have a huge amount of fabric. So what did I do? I hacked it. I literally hacked it. So if you're watching this now, and for all walks of life, this is the proof that you can do whatever you like when you're making your own clothes, because I did. I literally thought I need, I reckon, about that much more either side. So I created that. I literally cut into the side seam. Now I'm sorry, purists amongst you, I really am, because this is not fine sewing, but it is wearable sewing, because I wasn't about to throw this away. So I think if I show you the inside here, you can see there is 2 seams here. So this is the side seam. Okay, so this is your underarm here. Okay, I know it's hard to see. And you've got 2 side seams here where my blue fingers are. Okay, I literally created a side panel on both sides. Okay, just as easy as that. I did overlock them, I think. Yeah, I think I have overlocked them, because the silk does, or the polyester stuff does fray a little bit. So I put it back on. No, still not enough. It's still not enough. So I'm like, okay, I'm all in, as they say. I was going to say something else then, but I won't swear on telly. Something and bust, basically. So then I thought, no, I reckon I need something else. I think I need some more in the back area. So I just cut it down in 2, literally done, and I stuck myself a panel in the back like that. Now you can easily see that. Okay, so I show and share this with you because this is my top. I want to wear it and I need it to be wearable, as I'm always talking about. So the other thing I did, I'm like, I know, give myself a bit of ease in the side, create side splits. In fact, that's what I did first. So the top normally goes the top seam normally goes all the way down. So I basically, you know, like on the saltwater slip, not that I made that yet, you got like side splits, haven't you? So I just created myself some side splits. That wasn't enough, so then I had to add the side panels in. But that is the back, okay, with additional new panel. That is the side with an additional side panel, and you would never know. In fact, when I showed my daughter and naturally went, oh, I had to add this and I had to add that and I did this and she's like, it just looks like it's part of the design, Mum. I don't know what you're talking about. Isn't that just a thing? And I put the picture back up here, or I'll put the video in here or something, and I love it. I was a little bit concerned that it might look like fancy pajamas, but it was actually coming apart a little bit too, so sorry about that. But I wore this yesterday. I wore this because it was my husband's birthday the day before, and I had bought in tickets to Phantom of the Opera. We've not been to the theatre for many, I'd say over a decade, I'd say. That's not true, but yeah, a long time. And my husband during lockdown watched the Phantom recording a lot. the live recording of the 25th anniversary or something like that. Watched it 2 or 3 times, and I thought, do you know what, how lovely it would be to go to London and see that. So we actually went to London. I took him to a beautiful Polish restaurant that I'd been to earlier in the year with my friends, and then we walked all the way around London and we went to the theatre. And this outfit was perfect for it because it was super hot in London yesterday. It was insanely warm, just madly so. So in a moment I'm actually going to stop filming and go and open my door because it's too warm for me to sit in here. And yeah, this was a perfect scrap busting, comfortable, slightly more stylish than just day wear outfit, perfect for a day out. So I thought I'd share that with you. Yeah, I thought I'd share that with you really, as my first make, and show you how what I make fits into my lifestyle. Because aren't we always doing that? We're always like, you know, I'm going on holiday, quick, let's make some stuff. I'm going to a wedding, quick, let's make some stuff. Yet we do have perfectly good ready-mades, you know, shop boughts rather, already in our wardrobe. So, but anyway, there was the first thing I wanted to share with you. I seem to be rambling a little bit today, but it's just me being me, so and my creative mind going off on its creative path. So stay with me, bear with me. I'm gonna just stop recording a second. I'm gonna open the door. So it's windy, the seagulls, bear with, back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. There's also Whippets. I can't believe I didn't mention the Whippets. She's just come in and done a spectacular head shake. And gone out again. So she's just standing there. So the door's open, it is windy. Seagulls on cue. I can't help that, that's where I live. So what else have I been up to this week? So I made that during the week in time for yesterday's adventure. Hello, how you doing? You right? You can't really see her, she's too small. Yeah, made that for yesterday's adventure. And I haven't done any more sewing than that this week, and genuinely that did not take me very long at all, even with its hackage. Took me maybe an hour and a half. So for the rest of the week, I haven't done any sewing, but I've done a lot of creative thinking. And I wanted to share with you some of the patterns I've purchased this week. Maybe a little bit controversial, but I will explain. So I do follow Viki Sews, which is a Russian pattern company. I wanted to just, the whole Russian thing is a very difficult thing, isn't it? Because I'm certain not everybody in Russia is on the same page as certain other people in Russia, if you know what I'm saying. So it turns out that Viki Sews has now set up some sister companies in the other countries around the world, probably in recognition of the difficulties that their country is facing at the moment. So when I saw that Viki Sews was having a birthday celebration, she's been operating for 6 years, they were doing an amazing offer, 40% off their patterns. I just couldn't resist it, I really couldn't. And at the heart of me is a person that wants to support people that are creative and designing and running businesses in any situation, let alone in Russia, I suppose. So I hope you stay with me on the understanding of that part. But as I say, I actually bought from the American site in the end. Well, no, sorry, got English and American, but I don't know which site it was, but they were in English. And one of Sloths and Orchids, who's I think she does some work for them, has done in the past. She was kind enough to help me out with some questions I had. Sloths and Orchids is a wonderful YouTuber, and she was kind enough to tell me about that scenario with these sister companies as well. Anyway, 40% off, couldn't resist. So I'm going to share with you some patterns I purchased from them, because I just think their designs are amazing. So if you've not come across them before, at their heart they are a Russian company, but they are now translated a number of their patterns into English and are available through a number of mediums actually. I think they're on Etsy as well. And there's a couple of patterns that have been haunting me, if you don't mind me saying, so I'm going to put my glasses on. Oh, look at the coordination there now! Look at the black glasses with the black outfit. Loving it. So, these shorts, now I'm going to put probably put the stock image up, or maybe not because it's actually quite clear. I absolutely adore these shorts. Look at the edge on that. It's attractive when I do that, isn't it? Look at that lovely scalloped edge there. I just think they're super. They are on the picture there. They are in embroidery on glares, and the pattern instructions have you actually line them by basting the lining onto the fabric, so you treat it as one after that. And they look really complicated, but I can honestly tell you they are a very straightforward pair of shorts. They've got pockets and they've got a back zip. So let me take you through the patterns, and then I'll take you through what I've decided to do. So that's the shorts, and I also really liked the little top as well. Don't know why I'm showing you that, because it's the same picture, Cara. I need help. Help me! So I really like this little top, and I actually printed off the same picture, but not that's why one has got one is circled. Didn't even circle it around the shorts bit only, did I? Honestly, because this one contains the top. I just that little top look, isn't that sweet? Now you'll know from my Seguro escapades that I'm not sure about that little gap in the middle, so I am going to elongate that. But I really like the square neck, and those of you who've watched my channel for a long time are going, "Wah, wah, look at that wide shoulders, big sleeves, Caro." Not a fan of big sleeves. I'm going to make it in a drapey fabric, so that those big sleeves, but they're not big at the top. It's big at it's like a bell. What do you call that? A bell sleeve. So I just think they're so pretty, and I couldn't resist it for the price I paid. I think they're amazing, and I have bought Viki Sews in the past when Russia wasn't in the headlines for anything other than being Russia, and you know, one of the largest countries in the world or whatever. But I bought the Russian patterns when they were only available in Russian, and you have to know what you're doing because the instructions are scant, if anything at all. But having now downloaded some patterns that are in English, I missed out on so much information on those other patterns, because the attention to detail in her descriptions is brilliant, and she does some really clever things. So I'd love to have been able to translate. You can translate through Google, but so much detail got missed, because now I've got the English version. Loving it. So there's a shorts and a top, which I think was really nice. So that's the Sorel shorts, and I think it's called the Hermione top, something like that. You'll be able to find them really easily on their website. This one, oh my goodness, is lovely. I'm going to come right in close. Look at the detail on this. Can you see? It's like a halter neck. I love it. It's so different. So you've got this lovely knot here, and then you've got a halter neck thing underneath. It's like a double layer at that top section. It's called the Eliza dress. And now that's obviously for an autumn scenario, because that's lightweight sort of wool, not wool, I don't know, stretchy jumper stuff. I can't think what you call that, but I can't wait to make that. The attention and the detail of that is just beautiful, and it is simplicity itself in the pattern, which is amazing. So I thought that one really caught my eye. This one's called the Caitlin dress, and this again is absolutely amazing. Look at that double layer lace sort of overlay or sheer overlay with these beautiful little butterfly sleeves. And you'll know from my recent Emma blouse scenarios that little cap flutter sleeve really suits me. That is quite a complex dress, and it is many pages, so that is actually quite complex for sure. That's going to be a longer project because it's fully lined, and then you've got the sheer overlay as the dress, and then it's fully lined as an intentionally visible lining, which is amazing. And then the last one is the Liliana vest, which is essentially a waistcoat. And funny actually is Alex Judge should come up twice on my sort of storytelling this week, but I do find her very influential. Hi Alex, if you ever watch, I'm not sure. But she recently did a video about what she wore on a holiday and what she wished she'd taken and things like that, which I thought was a brilliant concept. and she made shorts and a waistcoat, to a wedding or barbecue for a wedding or something. And I just think these two, I think these two together is a match made in heaven. So I had, which you may or may not remember because my fabric stash is not huge, as you know, I had this lovely black stretch, sort of, it is stretchy, I promise you. I'm going to find the stretchy bit. There you go. Stretch linen viscose from First for Fabrics. And I thought it would just be perfect because I don't have any embroidery anglaise. If I had some, I might have had a go at making it that way. So I've cut these out. You see there, the scalloped edge. So I cut them out. I just went straight in, cut them out, because I have made Viki Sews before. If I haven't explained before, Viki Sews, you put your measurements in, so you've even got height variations, 4 different heights I think from memory, and then there's the standard, you know, bust, waist, hips kind of measurement, and then you get printed your absolute own size. It is amazing. I just think, wow. And for the sorts of money we're looking at there, to get your own bespoke sized pattern was genius. So I cut straight in, and I basted them together. So this is the actual shorts. You can see that, I know it's black, sorry. These are the actual shorts as they would come out. I put into my sewing machine, so this is the Insights of Cara here. Really bright red and green cotton, because I knew it would be easier to see than black. Whacked it onto the longest stitch length, which was 5, and made the shorts. So they've got darts in the back there. Hang on a second. Where is it? Yeah, sorry, darts in the back, and then this is the centre waist seam, centre back seam, where as it would go. Because in the picture they are sort of mid thigh, so I'm thinking, no, that's not long. Let's, you know, it's not too short. Is what I didn't want hot pants. I'm a lady of I'm a lady. Not saying ladies can't wear hot pants, but I think my hot pants wearing days are over. So I didn't want hot pants exactly. So I basted them together just to check that everything was going to be all right. I put them on and they fit really well. I'm like, they are super short. Now these are because they're not. So you got like the scallop, beautiful scallop, which is what really attracted me to them. So they're quite airy. They were a little bit cheeky. I'm just going to say they were a little bit too cheeky for my liking. So I showed my husband, and I was like, "Are these too short?" And you know, really, you know, when you're going to say to someone, "Are these too short?" You're like, "You know, this is true. You just need someone to verify it for you." And he went, "Yeah, I can't see you bending down in them." So I did bend down, and he went, "Yeah, no, that's not right." So I was thinking, what have I done there then? I've only gone and clicked the wrong height button. So frustrating. You can get size bandings, and for whatever reason, because I checked all the other patterns. I've only bought a few patterns. I checked the previous size patterns I've purchased. Turns out I've purchased them in the wrong height as well. But because they were jumpers or a dress or something, it didn't make any difference. So I clicked on the button that is for people that are up to 5'2". I'm not hugely tall, but I'm maybe 5'4", maybe something like that. Maybe 4, 5, something like that. I'm not tall, not short. Somewhere very average. And of course, what that's done is made these incredibly short on me. So I was so cross with myself. Then I check and I've basically downloaded all of these patterns in the wrong size, which I was super cross with myself. I did contact Viki Sews, and I have to say that they were very, very kind with their response, and they did tell me that it is when you haven't downloaded them, so they go into your account. If you haven't downloaded them, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you get the option to change size if you know you've made a mistake, or you have second thoughts about it. You can only do it once. So luckily for me, I was able to change the size of them. But top tip for you guys, please make sure you get the sizing right. And if you're still not sure, don't download them, because once you've downloaded them, the option to change size disappears. which, you know, is fair, isn't it? That's how they make their living. So I love the shorts. Very cross to myself because I have made something that is too short. But do you know what I might do, because I've got a tiny bit of this left, is I may actually just cut these across and add some panels in, or I might not. I'm not sure. You know, when you sort of have a vision of how it's going to go in mind and then it doesn't happen like that. I then made a toile of the waistcoat and I did exactly the same thing. This got some lovely details in it. It's got the shoulder darts here, which is amazing. You've got a beautiful deep pocket for the so the detail here for the pocket. Now I'm probably not going to put the actual pockets in, so where this is stitched across here, where the welt pocket would go, I think I'm just going to put the pocket flaps. But they've got lovely princess seams. This fits really well, and it's probably a little snug if I'm honest, because it's designed to be worn as a top. And even in the instructions it says this is designed to be worn as a top with nothing else underneath. If you intend to wear something else underneath, you may want to lower the arm side because it's intentionally high. I mean, what lovely details is that? And that's the sort of detail I was saying to you earlier, that when I had the Russian version that translated into English through Google, that sort of detail was just completely lost. I kind of reflect on that now. But yeah, it's a little short again because of the height issue, so I would need to wear super high-waisted items with that. So with both of those projects I'm on a fence because I only had, I think I probably had 1.5 meters of the lovely black stretch viscose. I could easily get it again from First for Fabrics. I may well do that, but I may not, because I don't actually, I'm going to, as I said before, I'm going up to Birmingham in a few weeks' time, and I could buy some fabric now, but I want to buy fabric when I'm in Birmingham, and I might not come across something like this. Do you ever get, I sort of get caught into that I suddenly need something, or it's actually I really don't need it, I just want it. And that's not the same thing, is it? So I thought I'd just share that little adventure with Viki Sews with you. Just lovely designs. Genuinely, I don't know what you're thinking about my view of using that as a pattern company, but I don't want to not talk about it because there's some great design detail going on there. And I thought I'd share this sort of tip about being able to change your size if you wanted to. The final thing I'm going to talk to you about is a piece of fabric that arrived this week. As you know, I'm lucky enough to be a Minerva ambassador, and they have released the most amazing range of exclusive fabrics, and this one has gone live. I talked about one last week, which is the beautiful Babylon art in the blues and the reds, and this one turned up this week. Oh, look at that. Oh my word, this is amazing. I am completely addicted to the feel of this fabric. This is a it's actually got a label on it here. It's just a oh, it's annoying, they've only done the sort of the number for it. This is a viscose challis again, and this is called Popcorn Prowl. Yeah, that's the name of it, and it is amazing. Look at the colours in that. I love it. I really love it. Now, I don't normally go for a white background. I can't think of anything else I've got that's white, other than the sagebrush top that I made and like the linen top that I wear occasionally. So I'm really excited to try this, and there are a number of different options that I've got in mind. It's such a lovely fabric. I think, so my number one, I was thinking about a saltwater slip dress. Still haven't made one of those yet. Although I'm not so keen on the whole lots of skin out, you know that. Saltwater slip dress I thought would be quite a nice idea. Could make another co-ord. I mean, how many co-ords does a person need in their life? Really, don't need any more, but I love them. And then I think my front runner is another Olivia dress. I'll pop the picture here of me in the Olivia dress by Atelier Jupe. I love that pattern. You know, I made that before I went to France. I wore it in France, and it's one of those dresses. So the two dresses I have made recently and not worn is the Atelier Jupe Olivia dress and also the Atelier Jupe long shirt dress. I haven't worn that one at all, and you know why? It's because I like them so much. How mad is that? What is the point in making something that you love so much and then not wearing them? And the other thing is that, as you know, and you'll be the same, I imagine, I work more than I'm at home. So I think that's true. It's got to be true. I'm sleeping when I'm at home because it's the night time. So I don't want to wear either of those two dresses to work, because once I've worn them to work, I don't want to wear them at home because I feel like I'm at work. Simple as that. So I've hardly worn the Olivia dresses because the weather's been so hot, and the opportunity to go out and be in the right environment. But I wore it out on Friday night to my husband's drinks thing for his birthday, and I love it. So this is going to become one of those, I think. I think I've got 3 meters here, so I think I might have a little bit left over. So I'm bound to make a top of some description, I think. It's got quite super windy out here now. So that's it for this week. Not such a short video after all, so sorry about that. But I hope that's okay. A lot of talking today, not as much sewing. But there isn't always sewing in a sewing week, apart from my lovely little outfit there. And there's still some prep ahead, I think, for some various things. So by the time I film another one, which may only be in a week's time, I'll probably have some updates on what I've been up to and sharing with you. But I have got a few weekends away, so I'm not quite sure how all this is going to pan out in the next few weeks. But don't you worry about that, let me think about it. But don't forget to subscribe, please. I absolutely love having you here. Hello to all my new viewers, and mwah to those of you who've been here a long time. I love hearing from you. So if you've never, don't be shy. Please just put whatever is in your head right now as a comment. I respond to every single comment because I love hearing from you wherever you are in the world. I have messages from Canada this week, and North Carolina, and all sorts of lovely places, and much more local as well. And one lady messaged me this week, used to live in Mark Cross, just moved to Spain. I mean, what are the odds of that? I mean, my father-in-law lived in Mark Cross, and Mark Cross, you drive through Mark Cross to get to somewhere else. It's the smallest place in the world, really. So hello to you guys. Please do give me a thumbs up, send me a message, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I love having you here. And I'll see you again next week. Take care, everybody. Bye.